Good evening, cowboys, cowgirls, and outlaws. Welcome to the Slick Sixguns Network. I'm your host, Slick Sixguns, and I'm here to provide education, tips, and community for those interested in the Western shooting sports. If you're interested in stuff like that, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notifications bell so you don't miss anything. Now let's pack our wagons and see what's being discovered out west.
Good morning, cowboys, cowgirls, and outlaws. Welcome to the Slick Sixguns Network Facebook page. I'm coming to you as my weekly live stream, and I just wanted to all get in touch with you and all sorts of stuff like that. So, for those of you who don't know, this is basically a chance for you to get to know me. We talk about some things that are going on with my life. We talk about things that have anything to do with the Western shooting sports. We talk about just about anything under the sun. This is really just social hour for those of you that don't know. And if you're a frequent visitor to the channel, you guys will know kind of what's coming. And, as we always do, I want to go ahead and get started. I do have a lot to cover, so this is going to be I don't think it'll be longer than an hour for you, but it's going to be a pretty good episode. I've got a lot to talk about, both about my channel, about the weapon I'm going to be talking about, as well as anything else that you guys might be interested in hearing about my personal life. I know I'm kind of that internet sensation for those who are interested in watching, and I'll feel free to share with you just about anything that I'm going to talk about here. Anyway, before we get started, let's go ahead, and this is coffee. So coffee with Slick Sixguns. So go ahead and get your coffee out, because I've got mine. It is right here, and look at that cup. Isn't that just a nice cup to look at? She sure is beautiful. A viewer of the channel actually got this for me and sent it to me, so thank you very much, Mr. Marshall Tidwell. If you're watching, thank you. It is the coolest coffee cup I think I've ever seen, and is so appropriate for a channel like this, and I'm just so automatically wanting to put my thumb on that hammer spur right there, so I'm always loaded, if you will. So anyway, let me know where you guys are watching from. Please introduce yourself in the comments section. I would love to know where my viewers are. I would love to see if you are watching from within the United States or outside the United States. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually from Texas, so I am going to be coming to you live from the great state of Texas, cowboy country, and the central Texas area, so all that good stuff. So I'm really excited. Let me know what you're also drinking. Okay, this is meant to be coffee, right? But it could be your favorite beverage. It could be soda, it could be water if you're boring, or it could just go ahead and be 5 o'clock somewhere. You guys could be drinking your whiskey, could be drinking your beer, could be at your favorite watering hole this hour, and just enjoying everyone else's company. But a nice little wanted poster right there as well on my cup. So I got a lot to talk about. All right. I have to go ahead and mention in this, first off, if you guys are interested in supporting the channel at any point, you guys can always buy me a coffee. It's so appropriate for something like this, because that could allow you to get a special mention as well for as little as $5 a cup. So my link is in the description. Go there and feel free to support the channel, as well as I am on Patreon if you guys want to be a patron of the channel, or if you want to be a patron of any of the content that I make, not just this. Both ways of supporting are equally going to help with either coffee videos, or they're going to help with my content that is typically placed on YouTube. So, if you end up watching this on the replay, I'm sorry that I missed you. At some point, I'll probably give everybody a shout out, depending on who's watching. I can usually see who's coming on. Feel free to mention yourself in the comment section. I'd love to, go ahead and just get to know you. So, lots to talk about. First, Well, I want to go ahead and mention that I have, and forgive me if I keep looking at my notes here, I got a lot to talk about, so we're going to take a little while. Sorry. I recently released a video, so for those of you who don't know, I have kind of had a difficult time on my YouTube channel just putting up content. It's not having anything to do with the network, it's everything having to do with me. So for those of you that don't know, I have recently released a video out on my YouTube channel for this week, so go there and check it out at Slick Sixguns Network. You guys can view it. It is a video from Alamo on Alamo Knife Works about one of their most recent knives that they sent me. I just want to also let you guys know that I have been slow in uploading videos for you guys to date, other than some of the shorts. If you guys have been following the shorts on how I have been uploading those videos, and as you guys know, shorts are, that's exactly what they are. They are short videos, and by YouTube standards, they are actually only 15 seconds long. I have about 30 of those on my channel alone, so I have been doing a lot of those, and I did a lot of those recently. Well, more like a couple months ago. I pretty much did one video a day for a month straight, and it got me some followers and it got some traction, but I haven't really gone back to that just because I really want to get back into the regular video production. But on top of that, the regular video production has been slow, and I'm going to go ahead and explain why. Whoopsie. Turn the light off there. So the video production has been slow, to say the least, on my channel. To put it quite plainly, I've produced 5 videos in the last 5 months, roughly 1 video per month. My average before that, when I was coming back from prior to going on deployment, was 1 video a week. And my life has been crazy, really. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are going through similar situations like me. You are having stressful points in your life, you are having rough patches in your life, you are having changes in your life to the point where you have to change up your schedule so much that everything kind of gets thrown to the wayside, or things that don't really seem like they're as important kind of get thrown to the wayside, or things that you really would like to do you don't really get to do. And I've been kind of at that point in my life over the last several months, from adjusting to coming back from a deployment overseas, to having to deal with certain stressors at home, to having to deal with things that are going on with my day job, and it's been interesting, to say the least. So I will say that has been kind of the reason why, is that my life has been so chaotic and stressful, and things have changed so much in the last 5 months that I was only able to get out 5 videos within the last 5 months. So for those of you who have been watching the channel, you know that is not what is typically normal for me. But you know, I think a lot of influencers and YouTube channels have a tendency to go through that at some point, and I've definitely kind of I'm at that point and have been. So the reason why I tell you that is not more or less to give you a sob story, or you know, not just to give you an excuse. It's just to let you know that just like any average person has a stressful life, or some things that happen in their life that they don't really account for, that's something that happened to me. Nothing bad, just, you know, things got hectic, and I had to kind of put some things on the back burner, and the channel happened to be one of them. So I did not forget about my viewers, and I am trying to come back. Believe me, guys, I am trying to come back as much as possible, and try and give you guys content to consume, give you guys the camaraderie, and give you guys the friendship and community that you all want and deserve out of this channel. So I am really, really trying to do that. And, I've got a way forward, so that's good. I have a plan on how to make that happen. I'm tired of this light behind me. I'm going to go ahead and scoot forward, actually, just a little bit. So, I am trying to get things back on track. I am trying to make some things a priority, make things that I want to do as a priority rather than things that I have to do all the time. And I'm just getting back into it. So it's been slow going the last couple of months, and I understand that some people might be like, well, where is he? Well, he's back, right? And the answer is yes, and I am back, and I'm trying to come back on the videos. So they are coming. I'm trying to get myself back on a schedule. For those of you who have watched the channel, you have seen me pick up over the last 3 weeks. I've started to have one video per week, and it's going from there. So that is the answer. That is the reason why things have been so slow. So thank you to all my viewers who have stuck with me this far and continue to support. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the future videos that I'm about to put out. So let's move on to some other topics. Okay. I have been putting out, my last video was on Alamo Knife Works knives, and my last couple videos have been on them. They've sent me a few knives to review, and they're very good knives, and they've also sent me more knives to review as well. Forgive me if I have shown these on the channel at some point, but I'm going to go ahead and show you some upcoming content as well. And it's not just knives, but I want you guys to look at it, comment on it, let me know what you think. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what some of those knives look like, and keep in mind they were just recently sent. So they are good looking knives, very pretty. There you go. Alright, so we got a nice blade. It's very good. I've been sent, Alamo Knife Works is based out of Texas, so they're very Texas inspired. So you're going to see a lot of Texas handles. So just really nice, just some nice knives to look at right there. So I'm really excited to review these knives for you. So you guys can get some insight on them. You guys see how I review knives. If you like how I do it, well, then we'll be talking about some more. But yeah, I got this coming up. This is another one coming up. It's got its vertical sheath, so it's a little different. Fits in there like so. Very nice. And it looks like I got another one the same. I got another one the same, but it's not in D2 steel. It actually has a Firestorm Damascus design on it. So, same variant, just different blade types. So we will cover those in future videos, if you will. And then I got another one coming up as well. This one is a little different. I'm hesitant to really take it out, but just because I know that the manufacturer was telling me a little bit about the blade, so I'll probably wait till we actually have a video on that to do it. So it's a little bit shorter, but still has kind of the same handle and a different sheath though. So I'm excited about that. Also, this is one of my knives. This is not an Alamo Knife Works knife, but this is one of the knives that I have had at my matches quite a bit. I like it. I'll probably do a video on this one as well. It'll come up at some point. You can tell that I've had this thing for a little bit of a while. Has fit on my gun belt. Used it to help fix things, cut things, use it around the ranch. So anyway, that's quite exciting. Let me know what's going on in your guys' lives too as well. I'd like to see that. I'd like to hear what everybody has been up to, and I would like to hear what you guys do. Let me know what your day jobs are when you're not watching my videos. I always like knowing what my audience is like. So, Alamo Knife Works also sent me something else that I thought was kind of interesting. I am not going to share it on the channel, but I thought I would share it with you guys. It was more or less a gift from them for doing some videos on their knives, but they went ahead and they did some spoons. And if you guys look, you'll actually see that it's engraved with the Alamo Knife Works logo. So I think that's really cool. A nice little marketing ploy. So I really enjoy that. It was very nice of the man to send it to me. They are very useful, and I do use them quite often. So spoons are great. Thank you. All right. So let's see what our next topic is going to be. All right. Well, much like I was talking about how my life has been crazy and hectic, there's some other things that I would like to share with you. For those of you that don't know, I also do some ranching. I own livestock, and I also run livestock too. So, but I also do other things with that livestock. And I just got into a new thing. And some of you guys may know about it. Some of you guys may not know about it. Some of you guys may be interested in it. And some of you actually may be customers for it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here on screen right now for you to look at. For you guys that don't know, I have a lot of goats. And I like having goats. And I've had goats for about 6 years now. So, I'm not a goat aficionado by any means. I'm not perfect with goats, but I do have them, and we have managed them and have worked well with them. So for those of you that don't know, I actually do have livestock that I try to make a business out of. It's part of my day job, one of my, if you call it, side gigs, side hustles, right? So, aside from selling goats, I decided to get into the targeted grazing business. I recently went to a conference with Goats on the Go, which is a trademark about targeted grazing where they specifically control brush using animals, and in specific goats. So, Goats on the Go. I went to a conference about a month ago to learn how to be a targeted grazing business owner, and learned a few tricks of the trade, and kind of join this targeted grazing service and community. And I'll go ahead and put a link in the description, but if you guys are interested in finding out more about that and you would love to have brush controlled or some type of landscaping done through natural means, Goats on the Go is a great way to get started. For those of you who don't know what targeted grazing is, once again, as I said, it is using a specific type of grazing animal to control vegetation. However, there is a specific way that it is done, and if you become a customer, you will be able to see how that is done. It's not just as simple as putting a bunch of goats on your property and leaving them there. There's a specific way to do it, a specific way that I am doing it, and it is meant to be effective, efficient, and fast. So that is one of the biggest things that I really like about starting this targeted grazing business, is it actually has a really cool business model, and it also is has a certain way of doing land management, and it is very natural, obviously, using animals. So for those of you who are interested in wondering what I do with Goats on the Go, by all means, check it out in the description section of this video. I will put a link directly to my contact page, and maybe you could be a customer. So thank you. And Goats on the Go has been good to me, so I really appreciate them, and I'm glad that they are part of my life, and it's kind of a new venture. So feel free to check that out. I also have a YouTube channel with Goats on the Go specifically, called Goats on the Go Austin Northwest. So you can check that video out. I have some content on there that you guys can look at already. I think we have 11 videos already up, and so you can travel me with my Goats on the Go journey, and you can always get in touch with me. Going back to Alamo Knife Works, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that with Alamo Knife Works, it is a product I review, and I am open to reviewing products from other people as well. So I do this with my YouTube videos, but I'm going to do this here. If you want to have me review a product that has to do with the Western shooting sports, whether it be knives, guns, ammo, whatever have you, you can go ahead and get in touch with me in my personal email. I have it in the description on any of my YouTube videos. You can go ahead and get in contact with my Gmail. I will respond to you, and I will let you know if it is something I am willing to do or not to do. Thank you so much if you consider me. So, Goats on the Go. Pretty awesome. You guys can Google it, take a look at it. It's a great little business that I think. Really excited to get it started, and I am extremely excited to get it started. Let's say that. So, all right. So, one of the things that I like to do with my audience here is I also like to get video ideas. Okay. Normally, I would have my patrons choose a video topic, and I will run with that, but there's been some video ideas that I've had running through my head, and I actually wanted to run it by you, the audience, and see what you guys think. So, with that being said, I wanted to pick up some video content or do some video content that specifically is geared more towards humor with the Western shooting sports. And it's going to be a very, I have a few topics that I've covered. In fact, you guys have seen one of those videos when it came to your main match rifle. It's titled, "What Does Your Main Match Rifle Say About You?" And that kind of got me thinking that I could do a few more videos. I could do one on what does your main match pistol say about you? What does your main match shotgun say about you? And even what does your main match pistol caliber, or what does your Cowboy what does your Cowboy pistol caliber say about you? So, with that being said, I think the first one that I am going to do is going to be what does your Cowboy pistol caliber say about you? And I have a few examples, and what I want you to do in the comment section is I want you to go ahead and tell me something funny of what a stereotypical example of what a person might be like who would be shooting that particular caliber. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Give me 1 second. Whoa! Alright, so, the first one up, and mind you, this is pistol caliber. So, this could be main match, this could be side match, you never know. So, as I said, I'm going to cover Cowboy pistol calibers in the next video you see on YouTube, and I want you to say in the description section what it would say about that person. So my first one here is going to be 32 Smith & Wesson. A nice little short round right there. Let me know in the comments section what a 32 Smith & Wesson would say about a person. It can be anything funny. It can be anything that has to do with, their personal life, their costume Western flair about them. It can be about their love life. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show here is going to be 3220. 3220. If you guys shoot this caliber, let me know. I have not shot this caliber yet, but please let me know in the comment section what a personality type of a person that shoots 3220 would look like to you. So, I'm always looking for ideas on that one. So Once again, this is talking about a future video that is coming up probably next week, but I am open to hear what you have to say about those types of people. So, the next one is going to be 38 Special. What would 38 Special say about a person in the Western shooting sports? Someone who uses 38 Special as their pistol caliber. So we use pistol caliber rifles, so if they use 38 Special in their pistol, they also use it in their rifle too, potentially. So let me know what you think that type of person would be like. My next one is going to be 45 Colt. What would 45 Colt say about a person? Whoops. Excuse me. I need to get something. I forgot I had one in my pocket as well. Alright. What would 45 Colt say about a person in cowboy action? What type of personality would have 45 Colt? Next one is going to be 4440 or 44 WCF. 3220 was 32 WCF or 3220. So let me know what 4440 or 44 WCF would say about a person in the Western shooting sports in their personality type. I can always cover more for those of you that are still watching. 357 Magnum. What would 357 Magnum say about a person that used this as their cowboy pistol caliber? Whether it be in their daily life or whether it be in the Western shooting sports. This one's kind of an oddball. 45 ACP. Now, I know some of you are going to hate me on this, and I know some of you are going to say, well, that's not really a cowboy caliber. Well, hold on. In the Western shooting sports, it is a pistol caliber that is authorized, and it is authorized in Wild Bunch, which is a side match. This is not particularly covering just main match pistol calibers. So, Wild Bunch, 45 ACP, what does that say about a person's personality in the Western shooting sports? Let me know. Now, the last two are kind of oddballs, and I'm kind of hesitant to really bring anything up about it. Because they are pistol caliber. But what the heck? I might as well. Because, if I brought up 32 Smith & Wesson and I brought up 45 ACP, I might as well talk about these as well. Alright? We're talking about round balls here. This is a 357 round ball for 36 caliber. So for the 36 caliber cap and ball revolver, guys, what does that say about a personality type in the Western shooting sports? Maybe it'd be something along the lines of 38 Special. You never know. So 357 round ball, 36 caliber round balls. Here you go. Next one, last but not least, the 454 round ball, 457. It usually goes into the 44 caliber round balls, goes into the 44 cap and ball revolvers. What would that say about a personality for the Western shooting sports? So let me know in the comments section what you guys think when it comes to those specific calibers, because those are actual calibers that I have. Those are calibers that I shoot, and I can always do a part 2, part 3 on this. I could always do cowboy rifle calibers because I have a few of those as well. For those of you that shoot things like 4570, 3030, 3040 Krag, getting into some oddball calibers here. So let me know what you think in the comments section. I would love to hear what you guys would say about those calibers, those personality types, and what direction would I take each one? Would I talk about their personal life? Would I talk about their love life? Would I talk about just how they are in the Western shooting sports? Would I talk about what kind of car they drive? I'm really interested to see what you have to say, so let me know in the comment section. All right. Now, for the main event and the whole reason why we even got this video started, I'm going to talk about my Uberti 1866. And mind you, this is not meant to be a history video. This is meant to be me strictly showing you what the rifle looks like and to tell you a little bit of a story behind it, and a personal story at that, on why I got that particular rifle. As you guys can tell, I love to talk, and this episode is kind of going a little bit longer. Anyway, feel free to ask me any questions about the rifle that you guys are about to see. I would love to just have you guys tell me. And, if you guys own one, please let me know. Give this video a like if you own one. I will also say that this rifle has been safety checked before it even comes on screen, so please don't give me any of that. I will safety check it again just for my range safety officers and my keyboard warriors out there. So you're going to go ahead and get that anyway. But let me go ahead and get it out. Alright. This is my Winchester, or my Uberti 1866 right here. And it is clear. For those of you who can see it, it is right there. All clear. Okay? So, this is my Uberti 1866 Winchester replica. And I am going to go ahead and give you the quick overview of it, and then I am going to tell you about why I got this rifle and where it falls in lines of my use of it. So, this is the carbine version. So, it's a different buttstock. It is not crescent. It's not a crescent buttstock. It is more of a shotgun style with a brass butt plate going down to the straight stock grip on the tang, going down to the frame and the main loading gate here. You're going to see that it is brass. It's it's not actual brass. It is just a replica. So it's going to be harder. It's going to be harder than regular brass. It's going to be made of steel and made to look like brass. So it's probably just a brass light type of receiver. Don't quote me on that. Don't hate on me too much in the comment section. Going down, you're going to see the forend here is a carbine forend, no cap on it. So the sights on it do have longer ranges set to them. You got the shorter sight distance, and then you got the longer sight distance up here as well. Not as it's not a ladder sight or anything like that. Has one barrel band with the loading with the magazine tube integral with the barrel. It's not a half magazine or anything like that. It does hold a full 10 rounds, so 10 plus 1, I believe. But yeah, this is a nice little rifle here, and I'll go ahead and flip it over so you can see the other side. Very nice, very similar to an 1860, but minus a few changes. Not going to talk about the history of it, so you guys can talk about the history of it in the comment section if you feel free to do so, if you are so inclined to do so. So, this is my Uberti 1866. Alright, with that being said, why did I get this rifle? Okay, I got this rifle because, believe it or not, this was actually my first real cowboy action rifle. I am holding it right here. I didn't trade my original one in. This is my first cowboy action main match rifle that I actually bought. Because I didn't know, and I didn't really look over the rules or anything like that. I didn't really know what I wanted to get. And I just saw something that looked like a rifle that could be used in the Western shooting sports, in cowboy action and allowed. And just by looking it over, I really didn't even know what it was when I first saw it. Just by looking it over, I realized that it is one of those main match rifles you could have. and I didn't even really know what caliber it was, but I went to a gun store in Temple, Texas. I went there and went ahead and checked her out, and she was just the only one that was sitting there. Much like at a lot of the gun stores, not a whole lot of them really sit there and tell you a whole lot about the rifle. They don't really know a whole lot themselves, unless they are actually somebody who is into something like that. So they didn't really tell me a whole lot about the rifle, and I went ahead and just picked it up. It was pretty expensive at the time when I first bought it, and some of you guys are probably going to cringe when I tell you what I paid for it, and probably say that I was stupid or whatever. But you know what? I was just getting into the sport. I really just wanted to get into the sport. I didn't care how much it cost. I just knew that I wanted to have a rifle like this. So, and I had the money to spend, because that's really what it comes down to. You have the money to spend, you find the product you want, you buy it, whether you want to pay that price or not, it doesn't matter. At that point, the price didn't matter. So I bought this specifically because I was just getting into cowboy action. This was the first rifle that I saw, and it was an opportunity to buy it. And mind you, taking a trip down to, say, Texas Jack's or something like that, it was just seeing it randomly in a store, and I picked her up and found it and said, hey, this is it. So that's the reason why I got it. Now, what did I pay for a rifle like this? Because somebody may truly be looking to have a replica of a 66. Back then, I paid probably a little too much for it. Probably, what you would be paying now with the way prices are. But I paid roughly about, $1,600 to $1,800, I think, for this. It is in 45 Colt, so it's one of my main match guns that I use, and I have actually smithed this up a little bit. I'll kind of tell you a little bit about what I have smithed up, what I've changed. There's some rifles that I've left as stock, and this is not one of them. This is one of the rifles that I've actually modified some of the parts to it. So for those of you who can tell, you can see that I've got the lifter down here. The lifter arm has been modified, so it's a short stroke. I also went ahead and put a lever wrap on it as well, and there's some things that I've done to the internals to include smoothing. So I've changed out the springs on this rifle, and you can see that the lever throw is very short compared to going all the way forward. So, it sometimes hangs up a little bit, but, when you're really running it under the clock, it really doesn't seem that bad. I really like it. So she runs pretty well. I've got a 73 that I think actually runs better, and I'll probably show you that rifle on down the road. So I really do enjoy this rifle. It's a very nice rifle. It is not my speed rifle by any means. I would say it is faster than probably most of the rifles that I have, but it is not my main competition gun. That is my opinion for this rifle. It is not meant to be. If I wanted to go and win a match for speed, I would not take this rifle. It would be probably a good backup for me. But I do take this out every now and then. I do use it, and it was my first gun. And if you guys know, when you guys get into the Western shooting sports, you're going to see that you purchase one gun, and then you're going to go off and you're going to purchase all of the other guns that come with the sport just because you get so into it. So, and for those of you who don't know, I've shown a lot of guns on this channel. And all those are guns that I've owned and collected over the years. So I'm going to go ahead and show this to you again. If this is something that you're kind of interested in, by all means, you can look for it. It's a Uberti 1866 replica. So you got the crescent butt plate going down to the stock. It's got a nice stock on her. It's got some dings and scratches on it, but it is what it is. And you've got the brass frame here. And what I also think is kind of interesting is that it's actually got Model 66 written on here, which I said I'm not going to get into the history, but you know, obviously I can't say something without bringing that up. The Model 66 did not have the year marked on the tang originally, so it wasn't called. It was just called the Improved Henry or the Model 1866, but did not have a marking designated until the model of 1873 came out. And then going down to, as you're going to see some differences, you're going to see that it's going to have a loading gate and it's going to have a fore end. The 73 has a has a dust cover on it. This one does not. So blued round barrel, no octagonal barrel, and it's got a barrel band here that also doubles as a sight. So once again, this is the carbine variant. Holds 10 rounds, and it's got a color case hardened lever, a blue trigger, and then it's got a color case hardened or color case hardened look hammer. So, and it's in 45 Colt. And what I really like about these is this is imported by Stoger. This was imported by Stoger, but it was manufactured by Uberti. You know, this wood on here to me looks a little bit better than some of the wood that I've seen on other rifles. So there's some things I've also changed as well to include. I took off the lever the lever retaining latch here. There used to be one. I removed that just to kind of help with competition. But it did come with that originally. So like I said, this is one of the rifles that I've done some modification to, and very proud of it. I like it. You know, and it's got a very nice quick snap to it. So it's very smooth. I really like it. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to entertain comments about it, by all means. And also, I got my coffee. All right. Well, thank you for watching the show. I will see you guys next time.
Description section is a link to our Patreon account if you feel like supporting us. Don't forget to buy me a coffee as well.
It's cowgirls and cowboys. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. And if you're looking forward to the next video, I'll see you on down the trail. Have a good one.